We had Bears football today, man. It felt awesome. Loved seeing the guys on the sideline again. Loved seeing Ben Johnson and that new coaching staff. Very enthused. What a day. Feels good to be back. And I cannot wait for week 1 against Minnesota. Now, my honest thoughts, first and foremost, positives. Ben Johnson, doesn't it feel good? You see him holding that play sheet. Doesn't it feel good to know that we've got one of the guys? We've got one of those offensive gurus. We've got one of those mastermind play callers, right? Guy who can call a game. You just have confidence. You see him on that sideline, composed, dialed. It's like a Sean McVay. It's like a Shanahan. It's like a Reed. We've got one of those guys. Finally, thought he did well. And in previous years, when we start off like hot garbage, the first 2 series of the game, and we've got 3rd and longs again, it felt like deja vu. It felt like life all over again as a Bears fan, right? I actually thought for a second, man, are we cursed? But with Ben Johnson, he proved that you can go 2 shitty drives in a row to start a game, and he can get you right back in it. And I thought Monangai looked great at running back. Obviously, he's got the trust of Ben Johnson. He's a physical runner. He's a physical blocker. I mean, look, there was one play that we had in the red zone where Monangai got lit up and he got put on his back, but at least he neutralized that big ass defensive lineman coming free, right? Some running backs might whiff. At least he neutralized them and he ate up that block, right? Austin Booker, I would be remiss if I did not mention your name. 3 sacks and a forced fumble. Where have you been, buddy? That was awesome. What a performance. What a coming out party. Now, we knew that last year, some people thought he entered the draft too early. Fast, athletic, speed, all of that, right? But he needs to add some muscle to that frame. He needs to add some weight, thicken up, become a man, right? A grown man in a grown man's game. So last year was very much a developmental year for him. This year, I mean, who's to say he can't make a splash? Who's to say that's why we didn't go out and sign or trade for one of these edges, right? Now we do have a Dangbo. I'm not discrediting that. We know that there is competition for places at defensive end. If Austin Booker can show that type of performance, I mean, he went with that long arm and put that tackle on his back for that strip sack. Loved seeing that, man. This guy has a lot of talent, a lot of potential. He came out pretty raw, but you put him in a Dennis Allen defense, this guy might cook. Noah Sewell, I feel like I've been talking about him for a couple of years, and I've wanted to see him flash. I've wanted to see him get his chance, right? This year, it feels like the rubber might hit the road. You've been hearing positive things about him in camp. He played well today. We weren't the best I've ever seen bending the run, but even Ben Johnson in his post-game interview was praising McDaniel as a play caller, as a run schemer. We're going to get gotten by a guy like that occasionally, but from a whole defensive perspective, Dennis Allen has control of that, man. Not worried about the defense at all. I feel like we've got one of those guys on the defense, calling plays, dialing up blitzes. I mean, we had a safety get a sack and a forced fumble. I love seeing defensive coordinators get creative and apply pressure. And it feels like this year, this is what that defense is going to do. And let these DBs make plays in the defensive backfield, right? Eberflus like to play it safe. With Dennis Allen, it's clear that we're not. I mean, we saw some cover 0 blitzes. That tells you a lot in preseason week 1. Now, Nashawn Wright, we've been hearing a lot about him. He didn't play a ton, but I thought he looked good in the snaps that he played. There were a couple of times where he did a good job keeping contained, keeping the edge. He made it difficult on the runner, but he's got to get that guy to the ground. Another guy on defense was Josh Blackwell. This guy was all over the field, making plays, PBUs, getting Al Harris all sorts of excited. And if there's one takeaway, it's the position groups, right? I cannot wait to see Kyler Gordon and Jaquan Brisker out on that field. These guys love Al Harris, and I hope this year that we've got a bunch of shit talking, chain snatching DBs. I want us to play with an attitude in that defensive backfield. I know we've got it. We've got characters back there. And on the offensive side of the ball, I think Colston Loveland and Luther Burden are going to be seamless in Ben Johnson's offense. I think they're going to jump right in and not look like rookies at all. You get the ball to Luther Burden, should have had a touchdown if Tyson Bagent would have hit him in the corner. That throw was there to be made. Colston Loveland, that little block and release, dump off pass in the flats to him early on in the game. I think we're going to see a lot of that. He's definitely a tight end that I think you can get the ball to him early and let him make a play after the catch. Is a type of guy like a George Kittle where you just want to get him the ball in open space and let him go, scheming him open. Same goes for Luther Burden, same for DJ Moore, right? Some negatives. Braxton Jones, man, he whiffed and he whiffed hard. There's a low light going around on Twitter of him. Doesn't look good. And I get he's coming off a surgery. This was really his first week of 100% back to practice, back to snaps. But you whiff like that, and that's night for a quarterback. That's night for Caleb Williams. That can destroy a series, that can destroy a game, that could destroy a season. You whiff that badly, let the guy get a free rush from the quarterback's blind side. Can't happen. And I'm not as down on Braxton Jones as some other people are, but that was awful. Some more poor is the pre-snap penalties. The shooting ourselves in the foot, right? Killing drives, killing series. That's a little bit frustrating. And you know that it's frustrating to Ben Johnson. And I have faith that he's correcting that and he'll get it corrected. I mean, Keep in mind, we didn't play any starters today. So I'm just calling out things that I saw that were poor. You imagine that once the starters are out there, we hopefully don't have operational penalties like that, operational challenges. I thought that Jade Walker definitely flashed today. Had a nice touchdown, had a couple of nice catches. At wide receiver, it's tough because there is a lot of talent in that position room. You have really got to flash in the preseason to make your way onto this roster and to earn yourself snaps. You have got to battle. You've got to perform. You've got to impress. For the most part, I loved what I saw today. I just love the unity. The group feels like a good sideline. It feels like a good group of guys who value the coaching that they're getting and who are all bought in. The Virginia McCaskey patch on the jersey, that's a little bit big. RIP, respect to Virginia McCaskey. Respect to the Hallises, right? But that is a big patch. Not sure who calls the shots on that, but it's a big patch. Take it for what you want. Love to see us back in action. Cannot wait for next week. Cannot wait to see Caleb and the starters get out there. 3 more games away until we are kicking it off at home on Monday Night Football against the Minnesota Vikings. We will be ready. Bear down, baby.